she showed up, she got a whole man. A whole man. He's in the goddamn NBA. The nigga's dropping 25, 35, 45 points. He's balling like it's going out of style. He's bringing home the chicken to buy her all type of Hermes Birkins. He buying her whatever the fuck she want. By the way, most women in this lifetime don't look up to get one baby by a millionaire. She's got 2 babies by 2 millionaires. She's hit the human lottery.
NBA YoungBoy, a name that echoes through the streets and streaming platforms alike, carries a heart heavy with stories of love that could bend, heartbreaks that left scars no fame could erase, and nights spent questioning why love always seemed to slip through his fingers. From the very beginning, his life was a roller coaster of emotions, a world that celebrated his music, but barely saw the tears he shed behind closed doors. He loved hard, fiercely, and openly, trusting those who promised loyalty, only to watch his betrayal crept in quietly, breaking the bonds he thought unbreakable. Every relationship he stepped into was a gamble, a test of whether hearts could survive fame, fame that demanded attention, fame that invited jealousy, and fame that sometimes created enemies disguised as lovers. Yet, he never stopped believing in love, even when the pain of the past whispered that it was safer to remain distant, to guard his heart with walls stronger than steel. His songs are not just melodies. They are confessions, each word a testament to nights spent wondering if love would ever stay, each verse a mirror reflecting the silent tears shed while the world cheered. He remembers the laughter that once filled rooms, now replaced by silence, the embraces that once felt like home, now ghosts of memory, and the promises once whispered in the dark, now echoes of what could have been. NBA YoungBoy's heartbreak is not just personal. It is universal, connecting millions who have loved and lost, who have trusted and been betrayed, and who continue to hope despite knowing the risks.
People be worried about me, and I don't be stunting nobody. Like, I literally stunt nobody. I don't care about nobody. I don't look at nobody. I mind my business. I be in my own world. Literally, I be in my own world. But what y'all not about to see is me with nobody for a long time. As long as I was in a relationship, 3 years? It's as long as I'm gonna be single.
He has seen love at its peak and felt it crumble beneath the weight of jealousy, misunderstanding, and circumstance, each fall leaving him wiser, yet no less vulnerable. And still he writes, sings, and pours himself into every track, because pain without expression is a prison, and music is a key that sets the soul free. Fans listen and feel every beat, every lyric, as if he is speaking directly to them, narrating not just his story, but the story of anyone who has ever dared to love fully and been left questioning the world for it. Every heartbreak he endures becomes a verse, a chorus, a line that resonates with hearts everywhere, reminding us that even in loss, there is connection, and even in sorrow, there is strength. Love, for NBA YoungBoy, is both a sanctuary and a battlefield, moment of joy and ecstasy intertwined with betrayal and pain, a duality that shapes not only his music but the man behind the mic. He has loved women who live his world, only to watch them fade away, leaving memories that haunt, questions that linger, and songs that scream the truth no one dared say aloud. And yet, in that chaos, there is beauty, the beauty of feeling, of giving everything to someone despite knowing the risks, of embracing vulnerability when the world expects invincibility. Every heartbreak, every lost love, becomes a chapter in his life story. And with every chapter, the audience grows more invested, more emotionally tied to the man behind the fame, seeing not just a superstar, but a human being whose heart is as fragile as it is courageous. Even the smallest gestures of love, the simplest moments of trust, hold immense weight in his life, for he knows how quickly they can vanish, leaving behind only memories that sting and lyrics that bleed. And through it all, the world listens, captivated by the honesty, drawn to the raw emotion, and compelled to witness the journey of a heart that refuses to give up, a heart that keeps loving even when every lesson screams not to, a heart that turns pain into art and heartbreak into connection. He remembers the first time love hit him like lightning, a connection so intense that it felt like the world stopped spinning, only for it to shatter when reality crept in, reminding him that fame often comes with a price. Every whisper of affection was shadowed by doubt. Every embrace carried the weight of uncertainty, and every "I love you" was tested by moments that demanded more than words could give. The women who entered his life brought light, but also chaos, teaching lessons about loyalty, patience, and fragility of trust. He gave his heart fully, yet often received fragments in return, a puzzle missing pieces he longed for but could never reclaim. Nights in empty rooms were filled with memories, flashbacks of laughter, stolen kisses, and promises that felt eternal at the time. Those moments replayed endlessly in his mind, a haunting montage that no music could silence, no fame could overshadow, no distraction could erase. Yet he loved again, because to stop loving would be to stop living. And NBA YoungBoy is a man who lives through feeling, through every heartbreak, every triumph, every song that bleeds truth. Some relationships ended suddenly, leaving him numb, while others faded slowly, a creeping heartbreak that eroded the joy he once knew. And in those endings, he discovered the bitter taste of betrayal. Friends and lovers he thought were genuine turning cold, alliances crumbling, and hearts walking away when he needed them most. But even in betrayal, there was understanding, a painful clarity that some people are only meant to teach, not stay, and every love lost became a lesson, a chapter, a verse in the story of his life. He writes not just to remember, but to heal, to process, to transform the ache in his chest into melodies that strike a chord with fans worldwide. Through heartbreak, he discovered strength. Through loss, he discovered resilience. And through love, fleeting though it may have been, he discovered the depth of his own capacity to feel. And the fans, millions who hang on every lyric, every confession, sense it all, feeling the vulnerability in his voice, the longing in his words, and the quiet desperation behind the bravado. Each heartbreak shaped not just his music, but the man behind the fame, teaching him about forgiveness, about the transient nature of affection, about how to survive when love becomes a battlefield. NBA YoungBoy's story is not a simple tale of loss. It's a symphony of emotion, each verse a note in the complex melody of love and heartbreak that defines him. The struggles of intimacy, the fear of attachment, the desire to be understood, all collide in his world, creating a tension that is both magnetic and relatable. He loved women who challenge him, who push him to be vulnerable, who force him to confront emotions he'd long tried to bury. And when those relationships ended, the aftermath was always heavy. Sleepless nights, confessions in the dark, and songs born from tears no one could see. Yet he continued to love, continued to hope, continued to believe that somewhere, someone would see past the fame, past the trials, past the mistakes, and recognize the heart that beats relentlessly beneath it all. Every heartbreak became a story, every story a song, every song a connection, binding the fans who understood, in their own lives, the pain of loving too deeply and losing too quickly. And in that cycle, there was a beauty, a truth that resonated far beyond music. The courage to keep loving, to keep trusting, to keep opening the heart even when the past screamed not to. For NBA YoungBoy, love is never simple, never easy, never guaranteed, but it is always worth the risk, always worth the tears, always worth the song.